And hello, everybody. This is Samus Mahomes. I'm here with special guest Coffee Cat. I'm here with Jace's male wife, and we're just waiting on Fox Azure to show up. He's up, and we are going to be discussing someone who Jace here, and Fox have had some encounters with. In fact, we're even going to be watching a video that Jace here has made on the topic.
I'm currently on a phone right now because I'm washing this dish of mine. I like this red dish.
Nice, nice.
Hopefully nothing crazy happens this time around, because last time I did something that revolved around, electronics or something. I don't know electronics, but I think it revolved around, like, dishes on, like, numerous times they would just break. People hears it. I actually was on a VC in the cat slayer one time, and all of a sudden, there was a loud shatter of glass because I put hot water in a bowl, a glass bowl, and it exploded. Almost ate the glass of water
Wait,
because
you put boiling water in a glass bowl?
I was draining some pasta, and
Through,
instead of
go on.
what's it called? Instead of closing or clearing the sink like a normal person, I was too lazy, and I decided it was my favorite bowl too, the one I used to eat popcorn out of too, and I'm pissed.
I mean, yeah, well, hey, lesson learned, you know?
I wasn't even aware that type of shit can happen actually.
Well, now you do.
They don't teach that type of shit in science class, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, they probably, actually, I think they teach stuff about boiling points, but, maybe not necessarily of, glass.
Yeah, apparently if heat hits a object, it causes it to explode. Like, depends on how hot it is for a thick glass, apparently.
Yeah, wait, did I say boiling point? I meant melting. But the point is, yeah, glass and things that are really hot don't mix well together.
I should have known. Maybe those TV shows where something explodes, actually, whenever, like, their heat hits a TV show in the action movies, were actually trying to tell me something.
Maybe.
Well, the downside of the bowl is it's not the first glass object that I broke. In fact, with the same bowl of like a few months prior, I think if I remember correctly, I shattered a glass cutting board. Yeah, I accidentally dropped the bowl so hard that it shattered a glass cutting board.
What? Go on.
Yeah, it exploded and it broke, and I'm mad about that too because it wasn't. My mom said it wasn't my fault, but I still was mad about it. If anything, this is teaching you not to put glass objects near me because I'll break them.
Yeah, nah, you might want to watch out for that one, you know?
I mean, just only recently I broke this red bowl that I like because my hand accidentally swiped it. So my sister, it's all negated because my sister bought me two new glass bowls. The funny thing is, they weren't even glass bowls at all.
Hey, Fox, welcome back. Welcome on here.
The funny thing is, they weren't even glass bowls at all. I think they were like ceramic. I don't know. It's not like they didn't.
Ceramic.
Yeah, they didn't really make that hollow. They made hollow noises, but they broke just like glass. But the inside, it didn't feel like glass when I was trying to see.
Fox, what do you have to say about this?
What's going on?
Talking about, like,
Well,
ceramics and glass and why you should keep anything glass away from Jace here.
Okay.
Apparently, he poured boiling water onto a glass bowl and it cracked and blew up.
Lovely.
But that's not why we're here today, Fox. I understand that Jace here made a video on someone who you've had a history with.
Does is he a big fan of pineapple pizza?
I don't know. Maybe he's a fan of pineapple pizza. Maybe he's a fan of fat kids.
We'll be rejoining on my PC in a minute. I gotta finish watching my favorite bowl ever because I like Red Bulls.
Understood. Understood. All right. So, is there anything particular about red that you like, or you just really like Red Bulls? Okay then. So, and after we're done talking about this pineapple pizza enthusiast, we got another special guest on here, copycat on this Discord. Patu, I believe is the default username.
Before we
What?
before we begin, anybody who's watching this that wants to join the server, you have to be over 18 years old. Unfortunately, if you actually follow my account, I do not have access to the links in the description because YouTube is being a bitch. For some reason, when you're not active on your YouTube channel, they remove your advanced shit, and they make you look like an idiot. It's not my fault that I can't constantly be on YouTube. So yeah, you have to ask someone. Yep, I mean, I don't know how I don't know how YouTube expects you to like continue to work on the platform when when obviously they're doing stupid shit to the platform to prevent you from doing stuff. These extra measures are stupid, especially when you have to consistently keep up with it, only for it to backfire in the process. They have these little tidbits, advanced features. I can't even pin comments because I can't pin comments because I have to do something. Hold on a second. I can't really pin these comments, so that's sad. Because someone wanted a pin, and I couldn't pin them. Fucking ridiculous. Plus, I have to ask my mom for my fucking. It's sad.
Why do you have to ask? Why do you have to ask your mom about your YouTube account?
I have an ID. I have to use my ID to do that stuff. A second.
All right.
Here. Because in order to actually, do YouTube and actually have it properly, you have to, do the things you're supposed to do. Such as, and I quote my favorite, because there's like 3 things you have to do to, get your stupid shit back. And one of those things are, one of those things is by revealing, like, you could, do it the natural way by the 2 months way, which means you have to wait 2 months. You could share your face. Another one is also using your ID, and then they delete it after a while.
Of course they delete it. Of course they do.
The natural way by the... Oh, shit. And, I hate it all. I fucking hate myself, too, but that's beyond the point. So, now I can't do anything about it. And we're all fucked, and the world is doomed, and Doomsday was December 21st, which was a long time ago. And by what's December 21st? 2014, December 21st. So
it was 2012.
Holy fuck, we're all fucked. Doomsday was December 21st, and you all deserve to die, motherfuckers. That was a quote from one of my favorite YouTubers. Unfortunately, he removed all the videos of Facade. May Master of Doom, who everyone thought was black because of his voice, rest in peace.
All right. Well, I tell you what. Why don't I bring up the video that we are going to watch? Maybe even comment on. Just a moment.
I hate commentary community, but I have to do it. Someone has to do it.
Well, that's what everyone says.
I'm really starving. If I disappear, that means I'm getting some food.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know why it takes that long. It was supposed to essentially be not that long, but it was like to give into perspective of what kind of person he was.
Fair enough.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, so you know what? I'm just gonna speed up to before the video starts. Just a moment.
This warning for anybody
I
viewing
mean, I'm
this:
aware that
the
I
video
talked. I
is
shouldn't be
not
talking.
scripted. So if you got a problem, then you can go suck it.
All right, thank you.
About this because I apologized to him, but I recant my apology to both him and Foxton. The whole yes, he feeds info to pedophiles, things, or groomers, and feeding children to them is not actually too far-fetched because if I remember correctly, I think Moomin, a 15-year-old, he basically convinced that this person that groomed Harley TBS, that groomed them, they convinced a 15-year-old that this person did not groom Harley TBS. In fact, there's a full. I have like evidence that Foxton has been stalking them for ages, and there's like a full Google Doc on a separate account of mine that I will copy and make public because I know Foxton will try to hide this. In fact, this is on like 16 levels of obsession that I will not understand. Grimskull has a history of lying and manipulating and deceiving the truth when in reality this guy's in his 30s. Let me get the link to this Google Drive. It's gonna be in the little sidebar, probably in the
All right.
comments too, because put it in the what the fuck? Okay, never mind. No comments, I guess. But yeah, it's gonna be in the sidebar. Essentially, what I'm referring to is the full thing. Think of Shannon, right? Shannon said, "Oh, I didn't fucking stalk Emily Artful," but then she just revealed that. So Foxton has like several. It's labeled Harley evidence. I actually have a backup of this in case Foxton comes back to clear up a stink, but I don't think she even realizes that she dug her grave. So there's 7 folders. One is called Talks with Other Creators Citing with Harley. 2, Videos in Question. 3, Harley's Counter. 4, Our Counter, because this is the USSR. And Harley Confrontation, My Comment Section, and Harley Server Sussiness. And the rest is just images of, stuff that doesn't relate to it, such as them accusing Harley TBS of clout chasing and not caring, which, by the way, is hilarious because everyone knows Harley TBS makes, commentary videos. Most commentary communities make videos. So I don't know why they're saying they clout chase. By the way, whenever you talk, and if I accidentally mess up, Harley's pronouns are they/them. Please refer to them in the comments as that. So they obviously, yeah, so this is stupid. And you know what started this entire bullshit drama?
What?
All over a goddamn Mude bot. And let's put it in perspective. This is a 25 and a 35-year-old or 30-year-old man harassing a person since they were underage for a fucking bot that had lewd shit. Yep. Because
What kind of lewd shit?
Okay, Mude has like a bunch of it's a card collecting game essentially for husbandandos and waifus. There's some unsavory things such as NSFW and other things. There's toggles to turn it off, but it doesn't stop it completely is what I'm getting at. So Harley was approached by Foxton a long time ago about this issue. I'm not siding with anybody here because quite frankly I don't really care less, but it was a stupid drama that was resolved years ago, but Foxton and Grimskull still hold a grudge about this for God knows what reason. You mean, I understand, I understand you don't want minors to actually access this shit, but, later on, it's revealed that this is hypocritical in nature, because while they were worrying about a bunch of minors engaging with NSFW while the minor ran the server, it's also stupid when it comes to the point where Grimskull was sitting on information about Moomin having NSFW in his server, too. And he turned a blind eye to it. He's saying he wasn't his father. Well, you may not be Moomin's father, sir, but you were over here acting like a father figure to Harley since they were underage. I don't know what the fuck's going on between
Who the
these
hell?
two.
Hold on. Who is Harley TBS?
A commentary community YouTuber that makes content primarily on people in the community, mostly predators, I guess.
Oh,
Not
okay.
predators.
So half of the commentary community in general. Gotcha.
Yeah, they're most known for making a video on dramas like Creepshow Art, Peaches, and of course other things. They have a whole hour video on Peaches. They were mainly Peach's support system during their first drama alongside Jar, who was also there, but has since, made content.
essentially they're just harmless. People just in mid of 2023, a bunch of people came out of the woodworks to shit on people like Jar and them for no reason other than the fact that they're, I don't know, they had to done some stupid shit in the past and people wanted them to be crucified. I admit I was one of those people. And that's the exact reason why I don't like the commentary community, because they're also one-sided. They say, oh, this person burnt down an orphanage, played my crops, and is trying to start a fucking war. And it's like a game of telephone. You say something and then they say something else. They want to say something is hot, they say cold. Something is up, they say shut the fuck up. Because apparently they can't even figure out what their stories are. And mainly Grimskull was involved in this because something got really something crawled up his asshole. That's what happened. He got mad because he got called out, and he tried to go to the Senate because the Senate had the Senate wanted to talk to him. And you know what happened? He got the most ass whooping in his entire life because he refused to essentially use the proper pronouns for Harley, and he threw a big baby fit because he couldn't be edgy in the server, and he left. I don't know if he actually told you a different story, but I feel like he probably did, saying that he was kicked out of the server for being too edgy, when in reality he was kicked or left because he wasn't given the chance to, mispronounce someone. I mean, the Senate may be a sack of shit, but I guess misgendering someone is where they draw the line. But yeah, that's the story. It's just a bunch of stupid drama that was just done, stupid kids doing stupid things essentially, while adults basically do what adults do and try to get the kid to do something else. But when something similar like this happens, they turn a blind eye. I'm not saying Grimskull is a groomer, but it's fucking weird how he spent half someone's life basically telling this kid, hey, you shouldn't have NSFW in your server, while also turning a blind eye to another kid having NSFW in his server. What logic does that make? And as, Fox says, the logic ain't logicking, because there's no logic, because his logic doesn't make sense. I guess his logic runs in, Looney Tunes logic, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. He lives in an artificial Tron world. The world is all data. Like, there's no fucking way this guy's living in reality. Like,
all right, well, why don't we watch a little more of this video then?
Yeah. And he's associating with 15-year-olds and not doing anything about 15-year-olds having...
Well, the art commentary community is totally hypocritical in general.
Compared to him, I unfortunately
always has been, always
being
will
a
be.
Scapegoat for him. In the midst of the Harley TBS drama, there was two sides. One, Harley TBS is cringe and need to be taken down, and two, Harley TBS is okay, but we're not gonna start shit with them. I was in the middle ground because I accidentally got information from people regarding this drama, and I wanted to be a part of something, as highlighted in my the Senate video of mine. It's uploaded on the Rosie Pub channel because I'm not uploading it on my main channel. Bottom line is, I associated myself with Grimskulls and the others because I wanted to fit in. This led to a intriguing downfall.
I could barely hear the stream. I guess I'm lagging or something.
Lots of lies because right now I was in a
I can't hear it either. I think it's my video being too low.
Mania, where
oh wait,
I was
there's
already involved in another drama,
I can do it.
And Grimskulls and Foxton's breathing down my neck and making me feel very unwanted has caused me to have more mental strain. Plus, with the deal with the real life, I have forgotten the timeline. But there's one thing that I forgot to mention, and you might call it convenient, but at the time of the drama, months after, I was recently 18 years old. I was just still getting used to it. I wasn't 18 years old for a while. It was a few months after my birthday. I think it was I was born on August 17th, which, by the way, the drama would take place in December. Still didn't have enough time to get used to being 18. So what happened is that I said something very controversial in a channel that was filled with minors. By the way, it was an NSFW channel that shouldn't have existed in the first place. I don't know, the timelines was muddied. I think people had said, because the Grimskulls basically said that I knew their age, but I don't think I knew their age. It was after I knew their age, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure I knew the age, but there was more minors in this channel that I was aware of. And around this time, I was still attending high school, by the way. So, I said, I'm gonna send my nudes in this chat. It was a joke, by the way. I would never send nudes in a server. with or without minors in it, because first of all, I was exploited several times by other people, including people from sources such as, associated with Kiwi Farms and, of course, Encyclopedia Dramatica. They had exploited stuff from me. I've had...
So tell me more about this Kiwi Farms and ED stuff, Jace.
Funnily enough, I was, lurking on there because I wanted to see what's going on. When all of a sudden, ED found out what everything about me. Essentially, they goaded me on to send nudes, and I felt pressured, so I did it, which is retarded as shit. It's not only that, it was also past partners, too. This is a little too rough, but if you guys, if you've ever been in an abusive relationship, you'll actually understand. This, just like, the only reason why I send nudes to people who ask, oh fuck shit, my food is running, but I'm gonna continue. The only reason why I send nudes upon, request when there's the person that's older than me is because, I guess it's because my first partner, his name is, I will just call him C, he had a fucking fat fetish. This dude, oh my god, my parents are calling me, hold on a second, I'll be right back. My food's fucking done, I can't believe it. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Well,
what shit show did I walk into?
you walked into a live show with no one watching.
Somebody's getting food.
Yep. And we're watching one of their videos about a Grimskull.
Seems legit.
Yep. Quite legit. Just like you're not a T-Rex, you're a bunny rabbit.
I got the ears schmetzy.
As I was saying, because of the stupid damn thing. Anyways, yeah, so I was with a partner who was extremely toxic. We were both at the same age because we were minors. 15 years old, I think. I'm not sure how old, but he was essentially a character, if I say so. He was one of those type of people that wants nudes from me, feeder. Yeah, so essentially, I went into the wrong circles, gave everything up to everybody. Since then, I don't share nudes. Unless it's someone I trust, like a partner, a current partner. And besides, it was something that I do not do. I do not stand by. In fact, it was and Grimskulls and Foxton leave this out a lot. They themselves said it was a joke. So, I don't know what the big deal was, if it was a joke, so I didn't really put much thought of it. But everyone who's, interrogated me on this they didn't say I was a predator, clearly, but they made it seem like I was. Despite the fact that I like older people. I don't know why people say, oh, one joke. It's not like I do this shit every day. It was like one joke. And I guess one joke is immediately send to the gulag moment.
Well, here's the thing about a reputation. It takes a lifetime to build it and a moment to ruin it.
Yeah, unfortunately. But, like, the funny thing is, I don't even have a reputation. I'm just a nobody in the community who makes edgy jokes. And stupid jokes that don't make sense, by the way. If you actually hang around with me too much, my humor does not make sense. I.e. the whole Squidward taking control of whatever the fuck. But yeah, bottom line is, it was a stupid joke that I regret to this day. Don't mean any of. And I just don't like it how people think that just because I say one thing that didn't even mean anything was completely says, okay, you know what, you shouldn't be around kids. Like, I can handle myself around kids. I'm not a fucking creep. I'm not asking for cupcakes. What the fuck is wrong with people? I feel like the term pedophilia and grooming has been thrown around so much that everyone loses the true meaning of it, unfortunately.
All right, well, what is the true meaning of pedophilia and grooming to you?
I mean, I don't know. I guess it's like detraction to kids, but like the constant false allegations that I see on a day-to-day basis makes me wonder, do these people actually know the true meaning, or is it just going to be used for eternity to describe every act of, something? Because there's a lot of false allegations out there. I've seen it all. 3 times is the charm, I guess. Yeah. So, essentially, how are we gonna deal with this epidemic? How are we gonna deal with people falsely accusing others until they're actually forced to believe the internet? How many more people out there is, suffering? And we just don't know it yet.
Moving on.
Yeah. Older people exploit shit from me. I'm not that type of person. even if I were to do that, I wouldn't do that anyways. Anybody who knows me, I'm not that kind of person. I don't even talk like that normally. It was a joke. Moomin said not to do that. But for some reason, even after I said it was a joke, Grimskulls and Foxton had perpetrated the fucking claim that I was a creep. Even though they didn't say it outright, they had assumed it was. And this led to more drama in the smaller commentary community on the other side of things, which led to Vincent Skullman being fed misinformation about me, all because I decided to burn their bridges, because after I figured out what they were doing was downright misinformation and slander on my part, I told Skullman that Foxton and Grimskulls had perpetrated and hide the link of Harley's server that was sent. I sent Harley's server. I was the one who sent Harley's server and Moomin's server, and I have the ability, I have the actual opinion, just take this with a grain of salt, that someone from that server went to Harley's and sent gore. And the reason why Foxton and Grimskulls were hiding this behavior was because they were terrified that this might be linked to them. They're pussies with no substance. One of them is in their 20s, the other one's in their 30s, while they're fucking around people that are below their age. One is a 15-year-old, the other one was an 18-year-old. I don't know what the fuck the two of them were doing. But I don't stand by liars, and I was only saying that I did that. I sent the link because I am tired of hearing people trying to, because I have I'm not like Lyle where I don't like liars because of Bible reasons. I just don't like liars because of trauma reasons. People have lied to me for years, and the fact that they're willing to hide this information and silence me and threaten me and intimidate me to take this shit down goes to show that they don't care about anybody else but themselves. Another thing that Grimskulls had perpetrated is that I claimed that he, quote unquote, he has said that I said he supported Loli, which, by the way, I mixed him up with another guy in the call that I was having with. There was another guy in the call with us during the conversation. I don't know. It was the same call that had me spur some really weird shit because I was not in the right headspace. The call, there was another guy, I forgot his name but he was saying that Loli/Oda wasn't illegal, and I mistook it as Grimskull saying that, so that was misinformation on my end, mixed him up. But then again, I'm pretty sure he probably did say it, or it was just some other guy, but then again, it's not confirmed, so I don't know. Another thing that Grimskulls tend to do is push people under the bus. The reason why, there was a person named Artsy who was in a group DM. The group DM of Harley TBS's gay ops server, I think. I have links to the full context of it. It's currently a HTML folder. If you want the full context, Heaton has it. They went into the I actually have the I have the full. I think I actually have the group chat saved. Like, it's called The Remains of the Harley TBS group. I'm still
Fox
in the
is
group,
in it.
so I still have access to it. So if
I added Fox to the group so he can confirm it exists.
anyone wants to see it, it's currently to the public. And
Okay.
the reason why I say that is because the only thing that Grimskulls and Foxton forgot to neglect to do once they dropped the bombshell of throwing me under the bus was to not delete everything in the group chat, which led to their eventual downfall, in my opinion, because I still have access to the group chats. There's also allegedly, because this is coming from me, there was another group chat that they kicked me from during the drama where they've discussed stuff. And the thing is, they claimed that I was gay-opping, but funnily enough, in the same exact group chat that I've mentioned before, not theirs, not Foxton's, but mine, that I started for Harley TBS, it has stated that one of them, Grim Reaper, if you know, who was messaging girls, AFABs, and being creepy, he had mentioned wanting to, join Harley TBS's server to gay-op his server. I think they're mixing me up with that dude. And quite frankly, they were in support of that too, as it seems. Foxton has openly admitted to having issues of her own with her own.
Wait, you're telling me that Grimskull didn't have all the facts before he spouted off? Wow, what a surprise.
He always does that. It's like everyone's like, oh, he's credible because he's older. Yeah, being an adult doesn't exclude you from being criticized. Everyone, I don't know why you think adults can be wise when they can be liars too. Just take a look at Liar Convoy over there. I don't know why people think that adults are the most wisest being when they can be fucking liars too. It's hard to believe, I guess.
I mean, an adult could be a cop, a teacher, fireman. They could also be that crazy bum ranting about the CIA on the corner or the local mayor.
But the difference between Grimskulls and people like Loud Convoy, they're not those type of people. Grimskulls may be someone of a high authority working in the military. My grandfather was a high authority working in the military for the Navy back in, the Vietnam War. But you don't use that type of level of clearance to be a jerk, unfortunately. Yeah, he could go off on tangents all he wants. But the funny thing is, the fact of the matter is, he lies a lot. I don't know why he expects everyone to believe him. It's like, oh, trust me, bro. Thy sources died and made the fuck up, but there's another, source, trust me, bro. It's seriously hilarious. And whenever you call him out, you know what his immediate reaction is? Bringing up shit that you did in the past as a way to, deflect from the conversation. Because he's a baby back pussy. And I don't know why, but since I'm easy enough to, share personal information, but not personal information, but, shit in the past. Because usually... Let me indulge you a bit. If I share information such as, private information, not, my private information, but shit that happened to me in the past, it's to give people a, stuff to work with, like a heads up, so they won't find out later and ask more questions. Because whenever this shit happens, there's one of two things. The people that I make friends with who actually are fed this information, I have to explain everything. They basically say, oh, you did this XYZ in the past? Okay, you know what? I don't want anything to do with you. And normally it's because people that I'm usually in beef with in the past tend to, muddy the waters further and prevent me from actually being friends with other people because they have some grudge against me because I called them out for shit that they obviously did wrong. 2, it's to give people, a chance to, tap out. If you want to hang out with me, it's fine. If you don't, then it's okay. You don't have to stay here. So I don't have to worry about, developing a stupid, attachment to them. But if you're going to use that as a, gotcha moment, I guess that's fine. I mean, I shared the information with you. It's my undoing, but I was doing that out of the thing to just, give people out before they actually get involved with me. Sometimes that's why I don't share information. I just don't want to, form a coherent, yeah.
All right, moving on.
Personal life, which by the way, I don't fault for because I too have issues. But the problem is, most of this issues is Foxton equating her trauma to Harley's trauma and making it seem like her trauma is more important than theirs, which is fucking disgusting. And quite frankly, no one called her out on this because just because someone has because it's not like some competition you could do, by the way. It doesn't matter if someone's trauma is important than yours. It doesn't make it less any valid than theirs. That makes you sound like a fucking complete conceited jerk, and I don't know anything about it. Grimskull is not a good person. He spends time slandering people. He has a video on me up on his channel, basically calling me all sorts of names. I never watched it, but somebody pointed it out to me, and I don't want to watch his brain slop content. So by the way, if you are watching this, Grimskull, fuck you.
Probably not.
Because quite frankly, you don't deserve an apology. You should apologize to your parents for becoming a scum of the earth and living in your parents' basement. And you should apologize to everyone you ever interact with. Because quite frankly, you lie to get your way. And I know people like you don't want to admit that you're wrong because you have the ego the size of a fucking planet. And the funny thing is, you can continue to claim that I'm bad or whatever and claim all sorts of shit about me. But at the end of the day, I'm not the one who's crying on YouTube about some stupid drama that you weren't even a part of. You spent most of your time being appalled, or shocked, or serious, or, oh my god, this happened, while you're over here allowing predators in contact with minors. You claim you had the audacity to, imply that I was a danger to children, told me to stay away from children, still in contact with children, by the way, nothing bad has happened. And had the audacity to also imply this while you're also being in contact with pedophiles and groomers. Yeah, say what you want. Harley TBS was groomed, whether you liked it or not, and no amount of brainwashing can happen. It was disgusting that you told a 15-year-old essentially that to believe that this person, Harley TBS, wasn't groomed. That's a lot next levels of BS. What if Moomin himself got groomed in the future and he wouldn't understand because he told him that this wasn't grooming? Especially if it's the same age. Nowadays, there's like, it's just fucking wild. Your behavior is absolutely disgusting, and it's fucking hilarious how you left the Thunderdome and Poop Hot because you got fucking called out. Like, dude, Azure was right about you. You're just nothing but a scum. And I hope nothing for the worse for you. And I know I'm aware I wasn't making content on calling out people anymore.
Yeah, let's talk more about it. He got ran out of fucking Gilded Boo's server.
He did, and I didn't even have to lift a finger. That was all you got.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hey, Copycat.
If you want to know something, when the going gets tough, Grimskull does the act that I would call the disappearing act, aka the father go to get milk act, because he goes off on this anime tirade about how you guys are the worst and I'm not gonna get mad at you before autonomously leaving because he gets fucking owned. That's what his favorite signature move is. If he can't, argue back or give a good argument, he goes to fuck off and then seethe in his kitchen probably because his wife probably makes him cook apparently. And the funny thing is,
literally what he did when he left Bootopia.
Yeah, like, he wants to cry and seethe and shit and use his children as, tools, which, by the way, isn't his children. And if I'm not
that
making
means
any...
he's a cuck.
Yeah, he's a cuck. But, like, the point is, if he's using another man's child... If he's using another man's child to, essentially, show off that he's like using them as a shield. I don't know the circumstances. I'm not going to say that this is, but I'm going to say, like, for instance, if the man is still involved in his children's life and he's paying child support for these children, this actually, because I'm assuming that the mother actually has full custody, which probably, I don't know, but I'm assuming. But if this actually is the case, Grimskull is not only endangering his wife's children, this could be a cause of concern where his wife could lose the kids because the husband can be like, or the ex-partner can be like, okay, she's not able to, she has a man in the possession, like, right here doing all sorts of shit. This could be a contention and will lead to her losing custody. Grimskull is putting his own children in danger by his stupid acts. Isn't that funny?
Well, we don't know the circumstances. I mean, for all we know, our husband could have gotten shot and killed somewhere in Bumfuckistan. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I said that this is a possibility. But if that's the case, and if it's not the case, then he's still putting people into danger, and he keeps complaining about how people are showing up to my house, which, by the way, I don't think that people are, like Fox said, because he was able to find his photo without leaving his house. Why would anybody? I think Grimskull is lonely.
Without leaving my desk, no less.
Yeah, like, I think Grimskull is fucking lonely. I think this motherfucker is lonely. He's trying to make up some stories to try to paint the victim. Well, guess what, Grimskull? I've been doxxed numerous times by people who were trying to hurt me, generally hurt me. I had my partner try to dox me too, but I never did because I was able to get rid of the doxing information by, it was usually not on Doxbin. It was just on, like, sites like Tumblr. I had my account hacked. I had everything hacked. I nearly almost got swatted too. If you're gonna come here and claim that, oh, somebody showed up to my house and did not even... Your story's inconsistent. And I feel very upset because you're using this as a way to distract from the main point at the hand, which you always do. So yeah, next time you say something bad happens to you, no one's gonna believe you because it's this, the boy who cried wolf. Or I say the pussy boy, the soy boy who cried, false allegations, I guess. I don't know. Ooh. Kinda cute. But yeah.
All right.
Fucking brain rot. Quite frankly, I have been dealing with this fucking information for a while, and I've been labeled all sorts of shit while also getting shit from other people for being too close to children, which, by the way, I'm not too keen on being lied about. Quite frankly, I do tend to have an online presence with people that are around my age. Yes, I don't talk inappropriately with children because I don't have time for that. Thirdly, I have a boyfriend who's older than me. And fifthly, why would I spend the entirety of my life basically trying to build up a career while all simultaneously throwing it all away just to be creepy to children? That does not make sense You guys are trying to associate a narrative that isn't even exist. And anytime I do feel like anything is in order, if anything's bad, it's like everyone's trying so hard to prey on my downfall while also simultaneously accusing me of shit because I've been writing stuff in the past. It's not like hell, just recently in my 13 plus server, someone asked if they should send NSFW. I shut that shit down and said no. And that's just fucking hilarious. You think I'm a danger to children when mostly children are in that server that I just said it was 13 plus? I literally shut that shit down. For Grimskull,
let me read out. Let me hold on a second. Let me read out the entire thing. I think it's it's in another. Yeah, it was in that server. Let me find it. It's not in the one in my link. It's like a random Hasn't shit hotel one. Let me find it. It's in the art thing. My friend said, so can NSFW art go in the art channel, or does it have to go NSFW? There is no NSFW, lol. This is a server for everyone. Let me tell you, thought the NSF thing is real? No, it's, well, a meme channel. Yeah, there's an NSFW that has pictures of, people doing dangerous shit that's not safe for work, such as jumping on chairs or standing on chairs, which is not, it's a shit post channel. Lol, so can I post NSF art or not? I mean, it's not nudity, it's just suggestive. No. I will send a actual proof of this, and then the actual proof of the channel itself. So, yeah, I'm not keen on showing that type of shit to children because I was a victim of that type of shit. People essentially introduced porn to me at a young age because I was not, supervised. But it's in the side channel. It's also going to be as well in the general chat or media, so you can look at it yourself. Yeah. That's what I was trying to admit, because I didn't really want to use screenshots. I just wanted to get this off my chest, like in a rant way, because I was mad. But yeah. Why are you using Yahoo?
Because I'm an old man.
Oh, I fucking hate Yahoo. I only use Google. There's also, let me just go back to the, where is it? Fuck.
It's right, if you click on when I'm streaming, I have
Yahoo!
I have the screen cap right up here.
Yeah, usually people tend to take shit out of context. I had to deal with that. But right here, no NSFW. Hell, it even says in the rules that there's no, it's like there's only be fun and silly, but I obviously implied there was no NSFW. And the side channel and the media channel, this is the NSFW channel, which is just me posting shitpost stuff. The typical, yeah, he's standing on a chair. That's fucking hilarious. Haha, it's dangerous stuff. He shouldn't be doing that. Silly. Essentially, by all means, NSFW is not allowed. It is not allowed in the server altogether. Yeah, that's what I was talking about right there. I mean, it started off as a funny joke, and that's why it's not, like, locked. And if there's NSFW sent, I will just delete it immediately. So, yeah. All these same things. Alright.
If anyone ends up watching this, I'm sorry for my caveman fucking streaming.
Use Bandicam. Bandicam is superior.
In my opinion, it makes me feel like he has some skeletons in the closet. He may be a skeleton himself, but I'm sure there's something fishy going on in the background. And I'm not accusing him of anything, but if you're going to assign people as pedophiles while also simultaneously being...
Actually, it sounds like you kind of are accusing him of something.
Yeah, I kind of like felt like there was something fishy going on in the background, which I was trying to say, I'm not accusing him of something, I just felt something was off, is what I was trying to clarify, but couldn't put it in the right words because I was freaking out currently at the moment because I was scared he's gonna come back, but I don't know where he is right now. I think he's gone, but there's a chance he might come back.
This is why, this is probably why you should write a script.
But yeah. Essentially, he's just most of his points don't make sense. It's kind of weird that he's assuming stuff while also assuming that. I always assign the notion that if someone's deflecting from a certain thing and accusing other people of something, which will also apply to me, then there's something off about it. Like, he's not a creep. He's just someone who did something wrong but doesn't want to admit to it. But something fishy, I feel like I'm a conspiracist. I'm one of those people that that has conspiracy and think that there's some big fucking thing in all of it, which is not a good idea to actually do. But yeah.
Very creepy and associating yourself and luring children to actual groomers, then there's something fucking wrong with you and you might have some issues yourself. I'm just saying that it doesn't make sense. As a parent myself, yes, I have an adoptive child. I wouldn't I wouldn't even keep contact with people that are proven to be pedophiles or groomers, especially if I have children myself. I would immediately boot them from my.
For context, this 20-year-old woman here, or man, adopted a 13-year-old girl over the internet.
It was like, they lied about their age at first, but then I'm like, you know what, it doesn't matter anyways. They actually generally think of me as a father, which is kind of weird, and I don't really talk to them as much. I have another one, but I don't talk to them as much. Essentially, I'm just a bad father. I don't even talk to my children.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, way to prove a black stereotype there.
What? No, I'm only like 50% black, nigga. I'm only 50% black. What?
All right, fair enough.
75% black, actually, because I'm a quarters of a Filipino, if my math is correct. I don't know. I'm not good at math.
Oh well, let's keep watching.
Server,
yeah.
Because most of the time my children are in servers with me that are of like 13 plus and not in NSFW, by the way. I don't know why people's gonna think, oh, she's saying this. No, I'm serious. I have other servers that are not just NSFW or 18 plus. It's just for everyone. I wouldn't just say, okay, I wouldn't turn a blind eye or even lead them to their doom. That's fucking stupid, and it makes it seem like you literally allow this type of bullshit to happen. I don't know, but on the grapevine it was said that that Moomin had contact with.
There was actually an interesting thing that happened was a member of one of my servers had a problem with another member who was being creepy. So the moment I found that shit out, I immediately booted that motherfucker from my server. There was also an incident in Thunderdome. I don't know if Samus or Fox actually was there, but there was some weirdo creep sending zoo porn or zoophilia shit. And there was I shared a fucking server with this creep, which had minors in it, so I immediately went to the fucking owner and got that shit booted. So I don't know why people assume that I'm not gonna do shit, which, by the way, I guess it depends if you're like a parent yourself or you're someone that cares much. I guess it is true. When you have children of your own, you change. But yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Forgot to mention that, too, which, by the way, doesn't have to anything to do with it, but it's like an example about how you can always do something. You don't have to do nothing, which Grimskull does. In reality, Grimskull contributes nothing. He did nothing. He did nothing against the allegations except run away. He did nothing whenever somebody was accused of something. And essentially, yes, Grimskull did nothing. Because he is nothing. And he's just a blip in the radar. Did he also do nothing against you, Fox, as well?
How do you mean?
Like, did he do anything to counter you except for doing ums and ahs and dodging? Because essentially...
No, not really. He spread the same bullshit that Fox Mafia did about me. And other than that, he like, pretty much if anyone was like, what's your fucking deal with him? He's like, dude, dog dicks, and it's like, okay, whatever.
At the Spurg, someone takes a Spurg home. Spurg on aisle 4. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Harley TBS's groomer. I don't know how much that is true. But I'm pretty sure that Harley TBS's groomer, I don't know their name, Jack. I'm just gonna call them Jack.
I think it's Josh.
Has contacted Moomin. I'm not sure, but Moomin had a lot to say about Jack, and that's quite frankly concerning. Don't quote me on this, but by the way, it's just some weird fucking shit between people that doesn't make sense. And quite frankly, I'm just done. I'm done trying to maintain a facade that I wasn't involved in bullshit while also simultaneously getting people 24/7 calling me out, saying that I'm like a danger to children when it's not entirely true, because you're only hearing from Grimskulls, who's notoriously known to fucking fib a lot, who hangs around someone who's obsessed with this person for years. By the way, did you know that Foxton and Grimskulls have been harassing Harley since they were a minor, by the way? 17 years old. They were 17 years old because of an NSFW damn bot. This is all caused because of an NSFW bot that Foxton and Grimskulls had not moved on from. This is how long their grudge has for a fucking 17-year-old at the time. And the funny thing is, yet they were saying that, oh, and then this led to them moving on to discrediting Harley TBS's grooming and eventually planning to expose them for having cringy takes and screenshotting nearly everything about their Twitter, including some sus likes and shit. Which, by
Hold
the
on
way,
a
was none of
second.
their
Let me
business.
go get
Sure,
it. It's in the small last remains of the group chat. Currently, many of the people had changed their names. Foxton went down the Peaches rabbit hole by basically blacking out profiles. And right now, it says it's a default profile saying nope and out of here. Basically saying, yeah, I'm leaving. But yeah, let me just, I don't know who Ilch is. I think it's Alden. But yeah, Ilch is a minor that's screenshotting this shit. And there's information. We just got some welfare. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from. Foxton has exposed himself with talking with Anttoons. Everyone loves our favorite animator who was in controversy for numerous things. I forgot it. But this is actually information that they shared. And they were talking about it because, you know. There's another one. Did you watch any? Yeah, they were talking to this guy, Foxton. Most of these people are longer around. I guess they just got fucking. Yeah. Apparently, if you want, I can actually send you the link to this thing. Oh, okay. Here's a information. They also claim that your/my being stalked wasn't real. So this is Foxton also doing stupid shit. They've been, most of these, as you can tell, most of the stuff is on alts or other places. This is their main account, which I actually reported. Grimskulls try to say that they were harassed off the internet, but their main got fucking banned or suspended. The way bans and suspensions on fucking Discord or Twitter works is that they don't suspend you outright. It depends, I guess. But if someone like false flags you numerous times, they do this. They continue to, you know, go off and report you. But essentially, your account is in limbo. My account has been suspended for because of that. Like my first account was, but I got it back. So they suspend it for a while. They don't ban it. They just suspend you until you actually can, you know, reinstate it. I had to wait for like a whole year, not because, you know, there was issues when I was trying to reinstate it. But like, I was waiting for it to be done, essentially. And until then, I was able to, you know, reinstate my account. I reinstated my stupid account, and it depends. So, essentially, Foxton could reinstate her account, but she never did. I took that as a giving up sign. They liked some really particularly concerning shit, but it's none of our business because, frankly, it was just the whole drama was fucking retarded is what I'm trying to say. People were basically dogpiling Harley for being cringe and having bad takes such as the lowly debacle. They also, although I will not deny that by Harley striking down these videos, they're proving to be very fond of copyright abuse. I feel like the only advice I had for Harley, since we're around the same age and you were literally born 7 days before me. Yes, my birthday is August 17th. Their birthday is August 10th. So my only advice to you, Harley, is to upload the video. Don't just say stuff in the description and pin a comment saying that you do not stand by this, so more people wouldn't have to re-upload your content. This could have all been avoided if they just, you know, do that. It's my only advice, because I've said some really weird shit in the past, and I've never actively deleted my content before just to hide it. I own up to it and say, yeah, I don't stand by this opinion anymore. I'm just saying. Most of it, yeah.
The reason why they're hiding it is because the thing is, I think Harley's a minor.
The videos on Harley and the videos on everything else that I've said, I did not delete. It's still up to this day, so you can look for it. And most of this time, it was just me spreading misinformation. The stuff that I was hinting at here was content of the variety of trauma shit that I've written years ago when I was 12. I think Fox and Samus know what I'm talking about because I've actually hinted at it. It's still up on my DeviantArt in the post section. So essentially what I'm trying to say is, as long as you actually own up to these stuff and say that you're not around and not like you're not like you don't see these stuff anymore, maybe people wouldn't, go after you. I'm not faulting Harley for doing it. I just find it exasperating when people can have a solution to do that and it wouldn't have it. But most of it was overshadowed by the Mude situation anyway, so what do I know? At that time when they said stuff about that loli shit, so that makes sense. If they were a minor, they could just said, yeah, I don't stand by that anymore. But other than that, it's my only criticism for Harley beyond that, because I don't agree with copyright strikes. Even if the person was re-uploading their content, they were just re-uploading stuff to just share to the world, even though it was, of course, negative on them. But yeah, that's my only criticism for them. Anything else is just stupid, meaningless bullshit that was resolved, that the people who was harassing them refused to let go, even after they were an adult. I find it weird that most of these people were adults themselves, way older than Harley, like 10 years to 20 years their senior, and they were harassing this guy. They also got a 15-year-old to harp on Harley, which, by the way, they shouldn't. And Moomin doesn't associate with these people anymore, as far as I know. I don't associate with, The thing is, would you classify Moomin and those other streamers or whatever other content creators as? They're not small commentary communities. They're just edgy commentary communities. They just make edgy content, say edgy shit, and then basically make fun of whatever content they're talking about. They just say edgy shit for the sake of edginess. It's no substance at all. They obviously have bad opinions, which, by the way, what sets them away from the rage bait commentary community is that they don't say something out of pocket. They obviously have soul in their content that makes it. Grimskull's and Foxton's content is just straight up Kiwi Farms 2.0. They do not actually hold back on their opinions. They make their thumbnails with derogatory remarks while also getting reported by the masses. Their content doesn't intend to actually incite any hate, but they incite hate because there's people that basically suck their dick 24/7. Compared to people like Moomin, who's too young to actually get hate. He can still get hate, but he shouldn't be getting hate because his opinions were influenced by other people, in my opinion. He still has to be held accountable himself, but on the other hand, Grimskulls and Foxton are people who you shouldn't be aspiring to be if you're starting in YouTube. If you want to fucking make a video about how Casso is being a lol cow or how Chris Chan did something for the 15,000th time, then be my guest. Don't get too surprised once you associate yourself with the wrong people, because it leads to conversations and very weird situations where you're being accused of something that you aren't. Even if you surround yourself with people in your camp that believe you, there's still some mole trying to go into your camp and convince the people that you are a bad person because they somehow have a silver tongue and have like evidence, which is just crop screenshot evidence. So if you continue, if Foxton and Grimskulls respond, then in my opinion they took the bait. They took this shit, and it's gonna prove to me that they will not sit down. They're still upset because I literally told their the number one hater, Vincent Skullman, the truth. And if Vincent Skullman sees this, or if you send this to him, let's just say that, let me just say, Foxton and Grimskulls have actively terrorized me, made me cry in a VC, which is the least of my problems. Also, Grimskulls have actively withheld a full call of me crying and having a hysterical breakdown, which, by the by, is literally exploitation under my roof. Because the reason why I say he's exploiting me is because he was intending to release that audio of me being vulnerable if he reaches 200 likes. The people who comment under that tab is absolutely disgusting about wanting to actually see this shit, because that's literally illegal. And I don't care if it's not exploitation, it's still fucked up.
How would a video of you crying be illegal?
Well, I don't know. I thought it was illegal, but at first it's like really immoral in my opinion. And I didn't even think I consented to being recorded at that time. Actually, I don't even remember actually in that video. I don't remember anything.
Well, there's a
I don't
lot of
remember.
places in the country that are one-party consent states, and if the person recording it lives there, they can be able to. They can just record it and not tell anybody if they feel like it.
I don't know where
I, for
Grimskull.
example, live in a one-party consent state, so I can record anyone at any point, and it doesn't make a lick of difference. Now, another thing that a lot of people don't know is that when you consent to Discord's terms of service, you forego a lot of those rights.
That is true.
I think I didn't know if I think I live in Maryland. Apparently, it's two-party consent laws right there. With Maryland, apparently. I don't know.
For here, just for randomly recording people is one party. For something to be used in court, the other party has to be notified they're being recorded. Because Commonwealths fucking suck.
Yeah, the problem is if you're gonna
That
record
was my
someone,
rant.
if I my opinion is I did not appreciate being recorded because quite frankly it was at a moment of vulnerability and weak ability, and only I can humiliate myself on camera, which by the way I did. Like there's a video on my channel basically me going off on an unhinged rant about society. But bottom line is he basically did not I just don't know why that he was willing to release that shit if he reached 200 likes, which by the way he does not actually graze upon because he only got 10. And I'm saying that, yeah, he didn't even get 200 likes. I know, it's funny to I think what he was trying to do was making me into a lolcow, essentially. Like how he tried to do with Fox. I think that was my theory. He was trying to make me into a lolcow.
Yeah, I mean,
But guess what?
it would fit with previous behavior patterns, so I think you're probably onto something there.
Yeah, but the problem is, I am autistic, so I am lolcow material, but I'm not out here basically doing all sorts of shit while also trying to act like a, like I'm a fucking messiah in my own goddamn home. I mind my own business. I literally try to be a good person, but Grimskull doesn't even try to hide it. He wants to go straight into the smoke. But you know what? Just like what Fox said, he's Icarus and he flew too close to the sun. His hubris got caught up in his fucking space net, and now he's fallen from grace. Up that this guy was really willing to release information, but in exchange for internet brownie points. I don't care what you say. You can call me all sorts of names. You can call me a tart, a fag, or whatever, but nothing can undo the fact that this guy literally was willing to do it. And I would and the funny thing is I don't even have memory of the fucking incident happening, like the video of like me crying at all. So I'm assuming he recorded me without my consent. Which, by the way, he doesn't live in Texas, so he can't use the third-party excuse consent.
I don't.
Especially when I
That
got my
was
consent.
before I realized
I have
that.
every right to strike down his video, but I don't go on his channel and do that. Instead, I'll just sit there and pretend like it's happened. So yeah, Grimskull is a liar. Grimskull is a man-child. Grimskull is a 31-year-old man who can't get out of the fucking basement because he's too busy wanting to jack off to fucking fictional characters that are probably female characters with big boobs. He spends most of his time associating himself with Foxton and luring children to groomers, but also simultaneously lying through his teeth about his association with certain people. He does not care about other people. He's not. He barely is to be taken serious because he's a fucking laughingstock of the community. He doesn't know how to act. He doesn't know how to fucking behave himself. And I'm sure he's projecting his weird behaviors that he's trying to imply onto me, onto him, because I'm sure in due time someone's going to come out against him, and it's not going to be pretty. I'm not saying this to accuse him of anything. I'm saying this because why would some fucker accuse you of being a pedophile while also trying to self-report at the same time?
I
Make
think
it make
it's
sense.
because
Like,
it's
this
an
shit
easy
does not
excuse.
fucking make any sense whatsoever. He's allegedly... I think I know why. It's because accusing someone of being a pedophile is the easiest way to discredit them.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. I think it's not as... It used to be a lot more effective, but I think people are getting a lot more, would I be wrong in saying that people are probably trying to be a little more suspicious of that nowadays?
It's been overdone to...
Yeah, it's lost its meaning, essentially.
At this point, yeah, which is unfortunate.
Now
Because then it gets thrown out against a real predator, and people aren't going to believe,
Oh, you mean
It's
like
like-
what happened when people called everything under the sun racist and fascist, and now we have a bunch of a rising movement of
Yep.
actual racists and fascists?
They called everyone who dissented a literal Nazi, and now we are being controlled by literal Nazis.
And then nowadays, whenever some like the year of because the year of, it's supposed to be the year of the dragon, but it's the year of the pedophiles. I mean, shit. The internet really has some sort of issue where they accuse people and they always say, "Oh, guilty until proven innocent."
Well, it's not the year of the dragon near, that's for certain, because that motherfucker just died!
Wait, Dragoneer, the Furfinity guy?
Yep!
Hold on a second. I gotta look this shit up real quick. What?
And
Oh my
nothing of
God.
value was lost.
Yep.
What? Huh?
He died of being a fat fucking old.
Who runs the site now? Now who will implement me changing my goddamn name from Cyclonus to Spike Plugger because I don't want to be referred to by a Transformer anymore.
Probably one of his butt buddies, I don't know.
This is news to me. I didn't hear that. I mean, it was bound to happen because overweight is the literal cause of death in America nowadays. Because no one can.
Overweight is like being a little chubby. This motherfucker was built like a fucking lard vat, alright?
Okay, so he's a beast. Got it.
Well, he was a beast.
This is one news of me. Usually I get my information from Encyclopedia Dramatica on the, the day of the year shit. But I don't think it's coming back because it got down. It went down for real.
Encyclopedia Dramatica is like some fucking horror movie villain on like their 7th film. It's like, Jesus Christ, you wish they would fucking die already, but just keeps coming back,
Yeah.
Somebody still cares about it. I don't know who.
I mean, it was down for a long time because of DDoSing, but then it keeps coming down. It goes down, and it comes back up, and it goes down, and it goes back up, and then it goes down, and it goes back up. But then it just... Oh, wait, it's back. It has the .gay. Yep. That's lovely.
Alright.
He says, oh, we're not saying it, but it's like he might as well fucking imply that he was. Which is fucking hilarious, because the dude literally said he's not saying that, but it seems like he's accusing me of it. Which, by the way, normally when people accuse someone of wrongdoing, when it's shown that they're not
when
doing
did he
anything
die?
wrong, it's usually projection.
I believe he actually died last night.
Oh, that explains why the ED didn't really update it, but yeah, that's
yeah,
where I learned.
I mean, Kiwi Farms has it on their front page.
Well, I guess we'll see how Fur Affinity goes, I guess, because Fur Affinity was already a ticking time bomb anyways.
Great. Well, let's talk more about the exploding cesspool. Let's watch more of this video.
Which is why I'm saying it's projection and he's projecting onto me. So do that with your will. Also, I'm going to fuck off because it's literally it's about to be 12 a.m. on August 4th. So Foxton and Grimskull suck. The end. Also, another note before I actually do finish the video. It's currently 12:18 a.m. on a August 4th. Foxton didn't leave the internet. She got banned off Twitter because I reported her for targeted harassment against me and saying some obviously fake shit about me. So, honestly, her account got suspended, rightfully so, and the reason why she never returned, she returned on an alt, but she was bullied off the internet ultimately. So I take my reporting of her Twitter as a W because, quite frankly, if you're gonna say all sorts of bad shit about someone who's obviously transgender, while also, at least I could rest assured that I'm not out here stating that someone's trauma is lesser than my trauma because for some reason you have some severe daddy issues and you were groomed too, doesn't make it any less better. And I'm glad your account is deleted because that awful video you made about me no longer is. And I bet everyone else in those comment section of those videos about me
fuck you guys, because you quite frankly are retarded as shit, and I hope nothing the worse for you. Even if you do not believe Grimskull's allegations against me, then you still sat down and perpetrated these lies, so, yeah, actually done. Moderator's note. What's a moderator's note? Am I high again?
No idea, but let's watch this.
What are we watching? Are we watching Sonic the Hedgehog?
No?
Well, I hate it here. Lyle Convoy addresses everything in a nearly 4-hour video apologizing for everything, leaving Twitter to harass him and mock him, even though he addressed every fucking thing and held himself responsible for everything. Gah! Fuck Twitter! This drama is when the community started going nuts and started to become a regular staple and spreading misinformation, and this is one of the most meanest, cruelest, and just plain unfair of this all. All Lyle wanted to do was apologize to everyone he wronged, but that can never happen when everyone spreads misinformation, can it? Alright, so if you want an actual, this is actually the original. I fucking hated that video very much. The original video was basically some guy ranting about how Squidward, the security system. If you guys know what that episode is, it was one of the worst episodes. And Scumbob's Wikipedia basically literally lost their shit.
So anyway, alright, so some Zoomer stuff. That's probably why Gilda didn't get it. Coffee Cat. I understand that you had a tale about a character you wanted to tell us. I mean, this is the OCCast, so let's hear about an original character.
Yep, I'll be right back because I gotta go get my fries. It's probably cold because I've been sitting here all day.
Alright, cool. So, tell us some more about it.
Duration of this little interview, you're more than welcome to call me Donald. That is the character's name. When I play a character, I do really get into it, almost to the point where I'm, no longer Coffee Cat, as I'm known in this server, but I am instead that character. Now, Donald, he was part of a two-piece combo. His full name was Donald Lang, and he was somewhat based off of LeVar Burton's character in what was the movie? Shoot, I can't remember the exact movie, but it was about like a kid who couldn't read, basically getting in trouble for a crime he didn't commit.
What was it?
The other half of this combo was his name was LeVar Burton, and he was his race was one of the cat people. They're called Tabaxi, and I, decided that after the previous character that I had played, which was a extremely serious and almost overwritten character.
So you decided to go with something a little silly this time. So,
yeah, I wanted something lighthearted that I wouldn't be upset over if it ended up meeting the end that a lot of Dungeons and Dragon characters tend to, come across, which is permanent and irreversible death.
Yep.
So, I figured, why not? Why not make a couple of joke characters? The Dungeon Master had asked us to create two characters, one we would control, and the other as like a background character from the the character's backstory. So I made a barbarian who couldn't read, but goddamn if he wasn't a genius on the battlefield. They were in the military when they found a belt of hill giant strength that granted Donald the ability to cast exactly one spell, and that spell is known as Fist. It was a homebrew item that my DM had picked up for me because I wanted to be what was known as a muscle wizard. So, after destroying the general's house by accident while trying out his new toy, they got kicked out of their village and they had to join a mercenary group. And they were basically just frat bros that, went around and wanted to fight everything all the time.
Murder hobos.
Not murder hobos. We didn't actually do a whole hell of a lot of murdering, and we didn't even, sometimes we didn't even kill the evil, horrible, eldritch beings. Sometimes we fucked them.
What kind of campaign were you playing?
Now, believe it or not, the original premise of the campaign was going to be Settlers of Catan, but like on a grander scale.
All right. What edition was this?
It's 5th edition. Every character that'll tell you about is from 5e.
All right, cool. So, what editions have you played?
So I've played 3. I've played 3.5, and I actually, back before it even came out, I play tested 4th edition.
Nice.
3.5 is by far my favorite. It just had a lot more like nerd shit that you had to do just to make things work.
And,
But
I mean, that's kind of the beautiful thing about that game. It's like, if you don't like where things are going, you don't have to play the newest version. Just
oh, exactly. There's source materials for it everywhere. And then there's like Pathfinder it was like loosely based on Dungeons and Dragons 3rd edition. So you can play that. You have Call of Cthulhu. There's just so many options for other tabletop RPGs if D&D just isn't quite your bag.
I mean, yeah, no, we got I think Warhammer 40K.
They do have a tabletop role playing game version as well as a full war type of deal going on with the mini-crews.
I played 40K for years.
Oh yeah, I had a really good time with 40K before they dropped 8th edition, I believe.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so what happened to this character? How did it? If it met its end, how did it die?
How did what die?
Your character.
Oh no, he actually, well, technically he did die, but it wasn't permanent. He did get revived.
All right, so he's got 8
But,
lives left. Good to know.
Yeah, exactly. He's a cat.
Aw.
But he did die. Technically, he did die twice.
7
once
lives.
was to, yeah, once was to an overpowered party of character leveled NPCs that my DM cooked up because he was just fucking pissed off at me because we essentially 2-turned a dragon.
Damn.
Yeah, level 10 no less, but we 2-turned a dragon, so he made party of like competing adventurers with character levels rather than like a challenge rating. So he wanted a little bit of revenge on me, and I completely understand why.
I mean, you just made a
And
chump out
then
of his campaign, so no shit.
oh yeah, no, absolutely. But and then the second time he died, I soloed a lich and got him down to about an 8 before he uh, finger of death to me.
Oh, D&D.
So, have you played D&D, Jace?
Once. I actually have a book on a Boilo's Guide to monsters my sister got me. But yeah, I did once over Discord. It was a really long session, but I didn't really stick around because I had to go to sleep. But yeah, I have a few, only one OC actually. I used I don't know what site I used to actually, because usually when you're in a D&D circle on Discord, they have you use this site. Hold on a second, I think I got the link to it. Let me see if it's still around. I think it's called, the fuck is, I don't know what it's called, but it's a D&D and Beyond. Uh-huh.
And did you ever get a chance to, play this character?
Yeah, once, because it was hard doing it. I actually had to follow a lot of rules. I
Yeah,
gotta
no,
use bots,
that's,
like the bots to actually do it. So here's my sheet. It has my old name. I'm gonna have to change her name, but what she is, I don't want to talk about it, but you can just look at it yourself. But essentially, she's a female high elf blood hunter, level 3. I haven't used her because I don't really. I wanted to try something new, is what I'm trying to say.
Mhm. Well, it's definitely a good way to like get your D&D. I think is a really good way to get your head into like a sorry, just one.
Going. The only
It,
D&D I did was Boulder's Gate. It was good.
yeah, so I considered a really good way to get in like the headspace for writing, and you can like if you can put your headspace in the mind of the character itself, you can actually like sort of become different people and use that as inspiration for your writing.
Yeah, I actually the only reason why I got into D&D is because of Baldur's Gate 3. I actually have the game, but my PC can't run it unless it's like on, lower graphics. But yeah, D&D is fun. It's kind of like a choose your own adventure kind of thing.
I mean,
No,
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
The thing that I like about D&D the most is the collaborative. Well, no, that's a lie, but it's one of the things that I like most. It's the collaborative storytelling, like, and the fact that, the dice can say this is going to go your way, but this is going to fail spectacularly.
Oh
So
my
it's
god,
not
RNG.
like a guaranteed it's not a guaranteed thing.
I remember when I was playing Baldur's Gate 3 and I was trying to roll for initiative and I got a big fat, like, I think at R20. I think I rolled like a nat 20.
Yeah, and generally that's a critical success on like skill checks and
A
skill
critical
checks
role,
and
if
like
you will.
attacks.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
actually know what a nat 20 is because I actually the only reason why I got into D&D is not because of Baldur's Gate 3. I actually lied. It was actually Crit Crab, those talking about horror D&D stories. I was like, "Huh, D&D sounds cool."
yeah, no, it's a lot of fun, but like I think playing with bots is one thing, but it's just like a whole different ballpark if you're playing with 3 to 4 other people, just just like making up your own adventures in your head as you go.
Have any of you
Oh.
messed around with GURPS?
I have Haven't found anybody to play Gertz with, but
What's that?
Generic universal roleplay system.
I
You can take all the tabletop games and fight.
Oh, yeah, but and there's Avengers Endgame, but it's all the fucking tabletop roleplay games.
We took Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles characters once and had it face 40k.
Actually thought I would be a good fucking idea to do a homebrew session, but Hazbin Hotel or Dragon Ball Z or something. My friend was like, "Oh, that's a good idea," and I'm like, I changed my mind. I don't want to do it because it was too much effort, and I don't know how to homebrew shit.
Just fill out the paperwork.
Oh, one time, can I tell you a story, like a short story about how my friend named I don't know his name, I forgot his name actually, but he told me about how he did a D&D campaign with his friend. His friend is one of the best DMs from what I can gather. So he was essentially he had a I don't know what his character was, but he essentially had a character, right? They were in a tight spot, I guess, because they had to summon someone. So they rolled something, and they were supposed to summon a imp. But you know what they they summoned something that I could only describe as a god, I guess. But the god was not happy. The dude was essentially a gate guardian, apparently. That essentially, if you were to go up to him, gate guardian, he will kill you because he's only equipped for a gate guardian. So anything you do, he would kill you. So he got fucking BTFO'd by a fucking gate guardian that they summoned while trying to summon a fucking imp, essentially.
Well, guess that's the way the dice rolls.
yep, you can either be the Gate Guardian or you can be killed by the Gate Guardian.
Dice to be cold as ice.
Yep. Well, I gotta say, I think tonight's been pretty productive. We are going to our next episode. Is going to be August 17th. It is going to be Jace's birthday. He is turning 20.
Unfortunately, hopefully I die faster.
Well,
yeah,
you
on
got
my
one.
birthday.
Yep. Sorry to talk over. Yeah, you got one. Yeah, one less year to go. All right, everybody. Good night. Take care. And
don't choke on. Be sure to tune in while I go to the bathroom again, because I'm an old person, despite the fact I have a bladder of a fucking.
They're gonna
Be
be in
safe,
20
you.
twice.
You only live once, I guess. But yeah, Coffee Cat. If we want, we should like. I was thinking about doing a D&D campaign in this server, but I don't have any DMs, and I'm not gonna DM myself because I'm not about to sit here and try to explain mechanics that I probably don't have the authority to. So if you could find someone that can actually be a DM, then feel free.
I'll take it into consideration.